Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Shack Central. I just wanted to make a quick video sharing my plans for my own personal league starter for Ritual League, as well as potentially a couple things I'm thinking of where I want to go with my Atlas trees, given that we are starting the Uniquely Hardcore Challenge. I'm going to be trying to collect uniques specifically and setting up for the future because this will be a very long, many league process. So wanted to share real quickly what I'm planning to do, and you may see the lack of some nodes here and wonder what's going on, but yes, I'm starting with a Trickster. I'm still going to be playing Vortex. I tried out last night on stream a little bit a Blade Blast Chieftain, and it was fine. It was fun, but this is what I know. This is what I want to show people, and I think that this is going to lead to a very smooth league start experience. So I want to share a couple. I just drew a quick three trees here in POB for where I'm going to go with this, and I just wanted to share them real quick. So there's the links really don't change. The links have nothing to do with your class or ascendancy for the most part. I mean, so basically we're going to come up here and we're going to grab the early. I think we're going to grab Blood Siphon early on just because it's so much sustain, but you're going to come up right through here. I'm planning to go up and grab Growth and Decay early. The damage is great. The regen is great. And the nice thing is, even if you feel even a little bit squishy, you can take this, get a little bit more life regen early on. You can take this, get a little bit more life early on. You can take this. The pathing is kind of nice because you're always near some life nodes. So if you feel a little squishy, you can pick up some life very quickly and easily. So I'm going to come down here, like I said, Blood Siphon, Growth and Decay. I'm going to come up. We're going to go right through this node. I might pick up Written in Blood early on. If not, I'll just wait until after this little section. But the goal is to get to Fingers of Frost early. So this will be somewhere around a level like the mid 20s, 25 to between level 25 and 30. We should be picking up Fingers of Frost up here. Whenever we do pick up Lab, we're going to also be picking up Elusive, and then we're going to just make our way over here. We'll have a few levels that are kind of boring-ish on the way through here, but that's fine. This will be somewhere in the Act 4 range, and then this somewhere in here will be around Malachi. So be picking up some mana regen because this will be in the 30s, and we'll be swapping to Vortex. And like I said in the build guide, when you start using Malevolence and Skitterbots together, mana becomes a big issue. So right around the time that it becomes a big issue, we can pick up Arcane Will, get a bunch of mana regen. We can pick up Mystic Bulwark and get another bunch of mana regen. And then it pretty much depends on how the build is feeling, because usually this is something that I take early on. So I'm interested to see as I get into Act 5 and Act 6 how the build's feeling, because the two options are to pivot here. You can either go take Elemental Overload and pick up some of the crit, or well, some of the damage if you've crit, and also pick up more mana regen down here with Quick Recovery, or we can go up here past Cruel Preparation, get some resistances for when Katava lowers them, and then make our way up here and grab Breath of Rhyme before heading down this way. So there's a lot of flexibility in the tree. Again, if you need more life as we're going through, we can stop by, pick up points here. You can go here at any time. I've kind of left these really close to different life nodes so that you can go through and pick up whatever you need based on how you're feeling. Same thing down here. There's a life node. There's even if, you know, if Ritual's super overtuned and we need tons of life and health early on, it's not that far out of your way to go over here. Life and Chaos Resistance, there's just life everywhere. So I'm very happy with this leveling tree. Toward the end of the campaign, we'll start to use a shield, and we've already got the shield nodes planned out, so we know exactly where we're going to go. I should say I know exactly where I'm going to go. And then as I come down here, I don't know why it's not scrolling anymore, but it's because it's the bottom tree. That makes sense. So as I transition to CI, this is what the transition is going to look like for the most part. I really should move this up here. Can you drag this? There we go. Like I know what I'm doing. So the transition, as you can see, is mostly going to be to swap to the upper tree instead of the middle tree here. We're going to be going up and connecting our Breath of Rhyme wheel up here. Then we can get rid of this, and that's going to leave us in a really nice spot to cut across the middle, pick up our Intelligence. Our Wicked Ward is going to be huge, and some of the more pure energy shield based stuff up here. We're going to hit this tree from above now and keep Arcane Will, also grab the focus. But as you can see, we've got above with this tree, this puts us about level 79, right in the 80 range. and that's a good amount of energy shield to pick up there because you've got so much more you can grab here. You can come down and grab this wheel. You can finish this one off. Even things like down here give you a little bit more. So there's a lot of ways to pick up more energy shield, and also stuff like Arcane Expanse is a good option if you're looking to pick up more damage. So there's a lot of options here, and then I've got a little bit of a level 93 type tree planned out for later game, most of which involves getting either shield nodes, more energy shield, or picking up some damage and skill effect duration down here with entropy. So it's very simple. It's a very good tree, and like I've said many times, the reason that I'm taking this is because I'm going to be doing it in hardcore SSF, and I just want the safety, the additional safety that Trickster offers. I want to see how tough the endgame fights are. If they're super easy, I would assume the Witch is not going to have any problems. The Occultist is not really going to have many difficulties. The gameplay video I just showed yesterday was like a very rusty, me not having fought Shaper in 9 months, Shaper kill, Deathless. It's easy. It's a very comfortable build. So this is my plan for Ascendancy. So the first thing I'm going to take is likely going to be Patient Reaper. It's so much mana sustain, and it's so much regular sustain as you go throughout the game. It's essentially the equivalent of having a permanent Cinder Swallow Urn flask available like at all times. It is unbelievably good how good this node is. So very excited to take this. I was trying to figure out a way to work Prolonged Pain in, but there's just no way of avoiding this. Don't take this unless it's your Uber Lab. This has to be your Uber Lab. You cannot leave Escape Artist like just floating for that long, especially in hardcore. So this will be normal lab, and then by necessity, this means Ghost Dance is going to be Cruel Lab, and Escape Artist will be Merc Lab. So hopefully about that time, I can start to fill out the Atlas more and get a couple high-level pieces that have like an ES body or evasion body armor and an ES helmet, and it's going to feel super smooth. So I'm very excited to play this in general. And then I'm going to show real quick what my plans are for the Atlas skill trees. So in addition to the League starter, I just wanted to also share where I'm planning on going with the Atlas skill trees that you get rewards from for fighting those boss fights in the new Echoes expansion. So as a reminder, this is specific to the fact that I am trying to get all of the uniques. I'm purposefully seeking out things at the start to help me get closer to finishing uniques from different leagues and different sets of content. So for instance, once I've collected, let's say, just to use as an example of a league, every Legion unique, then I can do Legion stuff if I want, but I don't need to purposefully seek out as much possible Legion content as possible to complete those unique sets. So that's the goal with these areas. So let's go through them one by one. Like I said, it's not necessarily the most powerful thing. I've completely ignored stuff like Beyond for now because that's not as effective of a way of completing unique completion. So let's look at these. The majority you're going to see, generally my 1s or 2s are going to be things that increase the odds of seeing stuff. So in Glenich Cairns, Glenich, whatever, we're going to do 10% additional chance to get a Legion encounter, which makes a lot of sense. Also, I want as many splinters as possible because we need to do a lot of Legion encounters and get the Legion unique. So we want double the splinter drops from generals, and especially, well, it's really 4 times the drops because they're guaranteed to have both generals. Then we go over Legions have 50% increased duration. This is just for Legion rewards. Getting more stuff, being able to kill more stuff, get them out, being able to break out both generals reliably is going to be very important. Then we go down here for Architects. We want basically our temples to be as upgraded as possible. We want to be getting a lot of tier 3 rooms to get the uniques out of them. We want to get a lot of tier 3 like double corruption rooms. We want to get the sacrifice unique rooms, all that kind of stuff. So these are both the both related to upgrading rooms as often and as much as possible. So that's Glenich Cairns. Let's look at Haywork Hamlet. Okay. So in Haywork, I'm gonna if I'm in the way, I'm just gonna move my camera around really and get myself out of the way as much as possible. So let's do this. Put myself right here for now. Okay. So you're gonna see a lot of this question mark here. So June, 10% additional chance to get June missions in Haywork Hamlet. That's gonna be important. This is a rush to unlock, as you may have guessed, the trigger mod. if you are playing Vortex, you need to be rushing this as fast as possible. Like, I mean, as fast as possible. Run Hayward Hamlet, get your skill points. I think it's going to take 4 of them. Get this because they're more likely to bargain for items, and when they do bargain for items, they're going to drop 2 additional items. So that's going to be a huge multiplier to how fast you're able to unlock your own trigger craft. So seriously, go get this one right away if you're playing Vortex. Intelligence gathering. So this is another thing where eventually the betrayal board should be a really good way to set up and get a lot of very consistent, very good rewards that we want. But I can't do that until I have all of the rewards from Katarina that I need, because at that point I don't want to ever have to run Katarina again. I want to just be able to set her up and go. So this is going to be constantly getting 10 intelligence toward the safe houses to get more safe houses done to fight Katarina more times. That is all this is getting me 2 more mastermind fights. Over here, we've got harvest stuff, so I want more chance to find the Sacred Grove. And then this is basically an option. I just don't know which of these is going to be better, whether it's better to get more tier 4 plants or whether it's better to get the rarer of 2 crafting options. So that's just kind of up in the air. That'll be the last pick, and I really haven't decided between the 2 of them yet. We'll figure that out. Okay, Lexajoris. Excuse me. All right, I'm back to where I should be, over here. All right, Alva. So 10% increased chance to find Alva. We've got 10% additional chance, maps that I find in this area have 10% chance to have delirium on them, which is really cool. You can get unique rewards as one of the delirium layers. You can get a number of things, so that's a very good find. And then delirium encounters have 15% chance to generate 3 additional reward types. That's another thing that's very cool. Could lead to getting more uniques or just more rewards in general. And then here's where, so I want this Perandus one on just as a general thing so that we're constantly getting an influx of Perandus coins, because you never know what you might get offered. So I want Perandus coins just as a general thing. And then this is where, so I would say I need to know what this is. I think everybody's on the same page. We all want to know what this is. If this is really good, that'll obviously be the 5th one. But we don't know what this is yet. And Vex has teased it without saying anything, so really we have no idea. I'm interested to see what people are getting offered that take Friend of the Family. If it's the rarest of 5 chosen items and you end up getting offered buying a couple of Chaos Orbs, then that's not great. But if it's consistent uniques that are being offered because it's the rarest of 5 chosen items, that may be a very attractive option, especially because they cost less coins. And then this one is just I don't want to get one shot by 50% more damage from stuff that already deals a ton of damage. So I'm nervous about this one. It could be good if you're hyper tanky, but I want to see how this feels given what else we're going to be taking for other metamorph rewards. So it's a possibility. I would say if this is not good, this is the strongest possibility for the number 5 spot. In Lex Proxima. So this is Delve stuff. We want to delve a lot. There's great rewards in Delve. Delving is really fun. It's good experience. I really enjoy delving. So this is 10% chance to get additional sulfite and then more sulfite. This gives you sulfite on completion of any map in the area. And then we move over to Breach. So the other thing is we have a lot of Breach people to kill. We have a lot of rings to get. We have a lot of uniques to get dropped off the bosses and then fight the boss again to get a blessing to upgrade it to a unique, at which point we'll need to get the base unique again. So each boss has, I think at minimum, it's like 6 drops we need from each boss plus that whole ring combination business. So I want as much Breach as possible. So 5% chance to drop a Breachstone is big. All this dropping a Breachstone stuff is great, especially with the upgrades. And then double Breach Splinters is kind of self-explanatory. It's good. This one, there wasn't anything else that really spoke to me a whole lot. Doubled bonus to item quantity and rarity sounds good because it just makes the harvest themselves better, basically. And an additional harvest is never bad for crafting. So that's my idea with Lex Proxima. Looking at Alyra Arthane. Where did I go? I'm down here. So the first option is going to be 10% additional chance for a smuggler stash. I cannot stress enough how much heist we have to do just from now until this is over. There's so many replica uniques to get. we need to be getting as many heist blueprints as possible. And this is great that it deals not with like rogue markers or whatever, but it deals with specifically blueprints. So I'm rushing this because we want blueprints as many as we can get it. It's going to be hundreds of grand heists that we need that just specifically roll replicas alone. So very excited to get this, and we want to get as much of it as we can. Same thing with Blight. There's a lot of very rare Blight uniques to chase, so we're going to do 10% additional chance to get a Blight. And then down here, just, again, 10% additional chance to get an additional mission. We want that from Einhar for all of the beast crafting we're going to have to do. And then finally, we need Blighted maps, and this is going to give us more Blighted maps. So yeah, that one's pretty good. Let's look at New Vestir. Okay. I think this was the other one that was like, I don't even want any of the other stuff. So this was a very easy one to, it was mostly just figuring out the order. So 10% chance to get additional Nico missions. We've got additional war hordes in legions in the area. This is a great one. So if it takes 100 timeless splinters to make a timeless emblem, then this is by definition basically just 100% more emblems we're going to be getting. If 1 out of 100 is worth 100, then there you go. We've just basically, it doubles the amount of effective splinters you get over a long period of time. Legion, it's just more rewards again. More rewards I'm always in for. So 3 additional sergeants, and all the sergeants have rewards. And then finally, the sulfite. This just gives us more sulfite to be able to delve more often, is what it looks like. Can't be 100% sure, but that's what it looks like. Okay. Turns at, what? Did that open 2 images? Turns end, that's what I'm looking for. So this was a very big question mark for me. As you can see, this looks the messiest. 10% additional chance to have Delirium is good. I really want that. Here, again, we have a lot of initial Abyss, not a lot, but we have Abyss uniques to chase. And I might want this anyway because of this. We'll talk about it in a second. But this just gives us more abyssal depths, and in those abyssal depths, more abyssal liches, which is how we get the uniques that we're looking for. This is just to make Einhar better. So this is red beasts can appear in pairs, which means more chances at the best beasts maybe doubling themselves, or just better red beasts for more crafting in the menagerie. And then finally, so we have a couple choices here. This is the big question mark right here. What does this mean? How valuable is it? If it's very valuable consistently, if it's dropping valuable uniques, if it's dropping just anything that's consistently actually really good, then we may take this. But I'm more inclined to say it's more likely that we'll be taking Einhar mission over here. 5% chance to replace all monsters with beasts. Again, a great way to keep your menagerie stocked and be able to do a bunch of stuff with beast crafting. And then if we take this, we'll also take this Abyssal Depths modifier, which gives +3 to monster level, which is a great way to just get high eye level bases. That's what it's there for. It's going to be phenomenal for that. So basically seeing a lot more Abyssal Depths. If you're running like tier 14 plus maps, then all of a sudden you pop down there, you've got +3 to monster level, you're getting some really nice eye level 84 plus bases, and that would be really nice. And then finally, Valdo's Rest. So obviously you can see pretty clear choices here. I want to do blights as much as possible for the rewards for getting more blighted maps. So we got 10% additional chance to contain a blight. Same thing over here, 10% additional chance to contain a metamorph encounter. And then I believe these two work together. As far as I can see, there's one that says they don't. So this metamorph bosses, which drop an itemized sample, which, oh, let me move myself, you can't see. All right, so basically 2 itemized samples per metamorph kill. And it takes a lot less to fill the vats up to get those samples. So 2 samples per kill, and then you can get 2 kills per area. So this is basically, if you take both of these, you're getting 4 times as many itemized samples per metamorph kill, which is fantastic. And then this one seems very underwhelming overall, to be honest. But this is just, again, a way to get more safe house kills to fill up our safe houses and get to more mastermind missions. So that is the basic setup for those 8. That's what I'm going to be working toward as I start out collecting uniques tomorrow. And yeah, so between the League Starter, Trickster Vortex, and setting up these Atlas Watchstone regions, I'm really looking forward to getting into some serious unique collecting and competing possibly in the Ziz event, trying to take down some Maven and hardcore solo self-found. So that's going to do it for today. I will see you all tomorrow for League Start, where you can join me on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Shack Central. I'm so glad I gave myself a tongue twister for a name, but hopefully I will see you guys there. I've been Shack Central, and yeah, let's have a good ritual launch, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.